Cam Redden, and this is your homecoming on 2SSR FM.
And it's that time of the day we talk TV with Ellen Kirkness. Back again. Hi, Ellen.
Hey, Cam. How are you?
Not too bad. Now, today we're looking at Brooklyn Nine-Nine. This is a favourite of mine with Andy Samberg, one of the guys from Saturday Night Live, one of the writers, Lonely Island, in the band as well. I'm familiar with the first season, which I watch religiously. I believe the third one's just finished.
One's just finished.
So they're pumping it out. That'll be on Netflix shortly, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about it.
So pretty much Brooklyn Nine-Nine follows the lead character, Jake Peralta, who is played by Andy Samberg, and all these shenanigans that he gets up to with his friends and his co-workers in the 99th Police Precinct in Brooklyn.
So I know it's a comedy. I really got attached to it quite early on. What's so good about it? What makes it stand out as a comedy?
I just think the best part about the show has to be the characters. Like, everyone is so different. They're all very individual. Like, you have Jake, who's way too cool for school. You've got Raymond Holt, who's just so serious.
Love Captain Holt.
Monotone voice, no emotion. Like, it's just, he's fabulous. Then you got, like, Gina, who's just, like, does nothing but does everything. Then you got, like, Rosa, who's, like, tough. Like, it's just a whole variety of characters and personalities, and it's so cool to see how they work together.
There's really good chemistry with everyone there. It took me one or two episodes to get into it because you've got to get used to that sense of humour, because sometimes they take 4 or 5 minutes to build up to a punchline. But I think it's really good. I know Andy Samberg's got the background with the Lonely Island guys and writing those skits for Saturday Night Live. He is a perennial overactor. But 100%. I think it's good enough for that role. It seems to fit in pretty well.
It does. I mean, I feel like I'm actually just watching Andy Samberg being Andy Samberg. Like, it's no different from himself normally in The Lonely Island. But it's just so good because their different characters and their different attitudes just trying to be together just creates comedic gold. Like, they're so different and so alike, and it's great to see, especially in the later series when they all grow off each other, and it produces, like, immense character development.
Melissa Fumero as well plays Santiago. She's what an actress. I'd never heard of a lot of the guys and girls that play their roles in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but they really own their characters. And if you haven't seen them before, which a lot of them I haven't, even if you're not familiar with Andy Samberg, I love it. I love watching it. It's definitely worth a watch. What do you give it?
It's definitely an 8.5.
Yeah, that's a good pick, I reckon. Pretty accurate. Now, you mentioned Andy Samberg's Too Cool for School. Speaking of Too Cool for School, Ferris Bueller's Day Off is your pick for a movie night this week. Why should we be watching that this weekend?
Other than the fact that it's simply hilarious, I think it's a great movie for school leavers because it addresses a lot of the stuff high school leavers are feeling, especially when Cameron has a breakdown. We see that
I will say. Not this Cameron, but the other one.
We see that he is actually quite scared to graduate and become an adult, and I feel like a lot of 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds are feeling that, especially towards the end.
Well, it's that time of the year now. The HSC mini exams have either just happened, or I think they're happening very soon for many people. Uni exams in a couple of weeks as well. So I guess it's a timely movie as much as anything else.
Yeah, I feel like it's a great last hurrah for those three characters, Sloane, Ferris, and Cameron. And the director, John Hughes, who directed so many great 80s movies of the time, I feel like he goes inside the teenager's mind just so perfectly and shows us all what we're actually thinking.
It's a great movie, Ellen. What do you give it?
7.5.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. So there you go. Your binge watch pick for the weekend. Brooklyn Nine-Nine gets an 8.5. I can't rate it highly enough. And Ferris Bueller's Day Off gets a 7.5. Thanks, Ellen. We'll chat next week.
Chat to you then.
Cam Redden, and this is your homecoming on 2SSR FM.